Hi everyone, my name is Janice Carmel and this is my Gene for my community service learning experience. So the organization that I chose to participate in my local community is AYSO, and it's actually Region 32. It's in my city of Upland, California, and AYSO is basically a local organization in pretty much throughout the United States, and they actually service or provide youth soccer programs and for basically of all ages. They have a number of different programs depending on the age and the skill level, I guess you could say, for the kids. And basically, in your local community, you would pay and register for your child to be in either spring or fall soccer. And it's all based on volunteers. So obviously, if there were no volunteers to participate, not only for the referees and the coaches, but also for the administration as well to keep the organization running. So it's a great way to keep the kids active. I know that physical education is not necessarily there's not enough time for physical education, in schools. So being able to provide the extracurricular activities for children is definitely important, and especially to try to do it at a minimal fee, since some parents aren't able to provide this for their children. So I think it's a great organization. My son has been participating in it for the last couple seasons, and so this season I decided to venture out and do a little coaching and try to coach a team on my own. So for spring, it's actually girls and boys, and the division that I coached was a U8 division. So it's any children from usually 7 or 8 years old. Some of them are kind of on the borderline of 6 or turning 7. So, but it was an awesome experience. I definitely ventured out of my comfort zone. This is probably one of the first times that I've facilitated or instructed kids, to try to basically provide, instruction for them as a team. So it was definitely a unique experience, and it was very enriching as well. So this is the website that you would go to register the players and to register yourself as a coach or a volunteer. There's different types of programs. In order to become a coach, they do require that you participate in a coaching program. And I actually received a couple certificates for this. One was for a concussion course that I had to take. Another was for a safety course or a safe haven course. And then obviously the coaching course as well, which kind of provides you with techniques, illustrates their philosophies and why they're playing and what they expect from the coaches, in order to help the children. So these were the certificates that I actually received. And these are all my journal entries. I have probably 15 pages worth of journal entries. Our practices were held on Tuesdays and Thursdays for about an hour. And then our games would be on Saturdays, and generally they were about an hour long. But obviously we had to be there a half hour at least prior in order to warm up and get the kids ready before the game. So let's see. Instead of providing all those pictures and images in here, since my paper is already ridiculously long, I wanted to kind of capture those pictures or some of the moments that we were able to experience and share with the team. So I actually made a video, and I did provide this for the parents as well. I know their support was everything, and it was great to know that the parents were standing behind me as well, because this was my first experience. I haven't previously played soccer, so I actually had to teach myself. I had to Google and YouTube all kinds of different techniques and games, to play with them in order to get them engaged and and also build on their skill as well. So I've actually muted this if you want to go back and watch the video with the sounds that I've added, or maybe I'll show you, but these are some of the highlights in the pictures. The video is about 6 minutes long, and this is our team. And but I wanted to also mention that one of the players' parents actually captured action shots throughout every game that we played. So I did capture, or I did highlight and take a couple of those images. He created a video. It was probably about 20 minutes long, and it was a little bit too long to share, so that's another reason I created a little bit of a shorter video. But it highlighted all the action shots from, all the players. There was a total of 9 players. And then I had 3 females and 4 males. This is Alicia. She was one of the smallest, tiniest players. She was such a sweetheart, and it was great to get to know her. She had so much personality, and she was a great player. She had a lot of ambition, and she was great at defense. And this is Brandon. He was also another one of our tiny players. And he was probably one of the youngest as well on the team. He was definitely had a personality as well. He was silly. He was very social. And he just loved being there. He always had a smile on his face. Freddie was another player. And he was definitely a character. I mean, I loved getting to know all these kids. I was actually sad that I wasn't going to be able to see them again, or, be coaching them as a team. So this is obviously one of the reasons that I want to be teaching, is because I love being around the kids, and I had so much fun and learned so much from them. It was an awesome experience. So we also had another player, Diego. We had Carson. This is Carson, number 6. We had my son. We had another female named Sochi, which I'll try to skip through some of this. And this is Sochi. Let's see. And she was definitely, she's probably one of the most improved players. When we first started out in this season, she was kind of, she was social, and she was not very active. She, had a hard time. I guess you could tell that she didn't get a lot of, cardio and stuff in, which was actually, the whole team kind of struggled with that, which I know they're young, but it goes to show that there's definitely not enough physical education in elementary schools. I mean, these kids need to stay active in order to get their brains engaged, as well as, having that well-balanced education experience. So I loved being able to promote some of those activities and try to get them engaged to have fun as well. And I know that a lot of the times that they didn't, they weren't really, I guess you could say, they were always willing to do all the activities. None of them, I guess, I don't know how to say it, but they definitely had a positive experience, or a positive attitude, in order to, keep their bodies moving and throughout the whole practices and games. So it was a good experience for them. So just to kind of highlight why this organization or community is important in our local community. I mean, without the volunteers, this organization would not be possible. I know that one of the reasons that I decided to actually coach this season was because my son was registered, and they didn't have a coach. There was a couple people on the team that said, oh, maybe we could coach, but it kind of backed down, and they didn't end up having a coach. It was not until the last minute, which was a couple days prior to, when the first practices should have been held, that they told me that they wouldn't have a coach, and they were wondering if I would be able to step forward in order for the team to play. Otherwise, the team, would not have, they would have to forfeit, basically, and they would refund the money, and they wouldn't be able to play soccer this season. So it was definitely important for me to step up to be able to allow these kids to play. And I thought that was one of the main reasons that I wanted to, is because I felt that it's more important for the kids to participate, even if I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a grown adult, and I can try and figure out a way to make it happen. And I'm definitely going to be a teacher, so this experience was perfect for me. And so even though I don't have that soccer experience, I was still able to step up to the plate and, allow this to happen for the 9 kids that were on my team. So it's definitely important for the volunteers to participate in this program, because without the volunteers, like I said, this organization wouldn't be possible. So it was an amazing experience. I'm definitely thinking about coaching for fall or for future seasons. I just love being around the kids, and I like getting them excited, engaged in soccer and outdoor activities, because I think that physical education is definitely important in our local communities to not only support health, but the mind, brain, body as well. So I just wanted to recap some of the goals and what this organization goes to provide. So I just wanted to highlight what their some of their philosophies are, and what kind of vision that this organization provides. So they have 6 different mottos to their vision, which is everyone plays, balanced teams, open registration, positive coaching, good sportsmanship, and player development, so player improvement. And additionally, their mission is to develop or deliver a quality youth soccer program which promotes a fun family environment based on the 6 philosophies. And let me see if I can find. So they also highlighted one of the reasons that I think that this organization is important, and obviously the physical education or activity promotion of that this coordinates obviously social and emotional development as they progress as a team, cognitive development, gross motor skills development, and physical coordination as well, so their balance and things like that. And so lastly, I also wanted to mention how they promote their program, or develop their program in order to promote success and improve the program in the future. They do ask the coaches at the end of the season to provide a player development, and that's basically rating them on the skills that they need for soccer, as well as social and emotional skills as far as how they played on the team and develop with their team members. And additionally, parents fill out a form as well in order to help and improve the coaches' abilities to rate the coaches and make sure that the coaches were instructing based on AYSO's 6 philosophies. So, like I said, I think it's a great program. Volunteers are always needed. Sometimes they're short on volunteers, so unfortunately less kids are able to play. And this is a great organization because it is nationwide. You can find it in many states throughout, the United States and different cities. And sometimes they have the different programs for the older students that actually play each other in different cities. So it's part of one of their extra programs, or the VIP programs as well. So, and then they also have programs for the youth who are under, I believe, 6, I think 5 or 6, which is like 3, 4, 5-year-olds, based on the same philosophies but just different coaching. So I encourage everybody to participate, even for their players or children to participate, because like I said, it's a great program. Soccer engages all kids in activity and definitely promotes diversity and organization or